So you like the idea of speaking honorably, which by my definition is in a way that ultimately supports love over hate, and now you're thinking, okay, but how do I go about doing that? Hi, I'm Sean from dishonorablespeechandpolitics.com, and today I'll talk about 10 things you can do to, in my opinion, make your speech more honorable. To illustrate these things, I've included with each one examples of honorable and dishonorable ways to talk about former U.S. President Donald Trump. Number 1, acknowledge opinion as opinion. When you do this, it leaves more room for people to think critically and form their own opinions. Use words such as, in my opinion, I believe, I think, and in my view. For example, Trump was the worst president ever is dishonorable at least in part because it doesn't identify that this is an opinion. A more honorable version might be, I think Trump was the worst president ever. Similarly, if you said Trump was the best president ever, a more honorable version might be, I think Trump was the best president ever. Number 2, focus on actions, not personhoods. That is, avoid personal attacks such as name-calling and insults, and focus on the issues such as on destructive actions. Along these lines, something dishonorable to say about Trump may be, Trump was such an unfeeling bleep on immigration. A more honorable version may be, I didn't agree with Trump's immigration policies, and then go into specifics about what you didn't agree with and why. Number 3, avoid blaming others, especially for how you feel. Here, a dishonorable thing to say may be, Trump just made me so angry. A more honorable version could be, I didn't like Trump's policies, but even if I didn't vote for him, I know in some sense he's a reflection of the American people, and we all bear responsibility for him getting elected. Number 4, avoid promoting anger and hate. Try to figure out how to say something that gets your message across but ultimately promotes love. An example of dishonorable speech is, Trump was destroying this country, we all should be outraged, and someone should really do something about it. A more honorable version might be, I think Trump's policies were ultimately bad for America. Please note I'm not advocating for any of these examples that I'm giving. Number 5, give other people the benefit of the doubt and acknowledge you could be wrong. Here, a dishonorable thing to say could be, Trump's a racist. This includes an assumption of his intent and doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt. A more honorable version may be, to my eyes, Trump has seemed to use some people's racist leanings as a means to his political goals. Number 6, be honest. A dishonorable thing to say could be, did you know that Trump's IQ is only 100? A more honorable version might be, I don't know what Trump's exact IQ is. Number 7, try to be accurate and precise in your representation of reality. Look into common logical fallacies, I've included a link to some below, and try to avoid them. Also make sure you have your facts right, and if you aren't sure, say so. Such as, I could be remembering this wrong, but I'm fairly sure that... Something that is dishonorable to say because it includes logical fallacies might be, Trump doesn't respect anyone. This could be considered a hasty generalization and also a mind reader fallacy since you can't read Trump's mind to know who he actually respects or not, regardless of what he says. A more honorable version may be, Trump speaks about a number of people in a way I'd call disrespectful. Number 8, be respectful. This involves minimizing your interruptions of other people speaking, acknowledging when someone has spoken, and not being condescending or saying demeaning things. A dishonorable example might be to say, the orange blob running our country. A more honorable version may be to simply refer to him as President Trump. Number 9, avoid irrelevant information or gossip. Ask yourself why you're saying it and does it need to be said. One issue with using it as examples, speaking about Donald Trump, is that it seems to me that people think there is no irrelevant information when it comes to presidents and other politicians. I don't believe that. I don't believe someone loses all right to past, present, and future privacy when they are elected to public office. Here, a dishonorable example may be, I wonder how many women Trump has had sex with in his life. It'd be more honorable to just not bring up Trump's sex life, in my opinion. Number 10, don't repeat others' dishonorable speech. Something dishonorable to say may be, did you hear what Trump said about such and such Democrat? He called them a blank. In this case, the more honorable version, in my opinion, would be to simply not mention what Trump said about such and such Democrat. Those were 10 things you can do to speak more honorably, and not just about Donald Trump, but about lots of people and things. Here's the list again in short form. Acknowledge opinion as opinion. Focus on actions, not personhoods. Avoid blaming others. Avoid promoting hate and anger. Be honest. Try to be accurate and precise in your representation of reality. Be respectful. Avoid gossiping about irrelevant information. And don't repeat others' dishonorable speech. Good luck to you in your journey to speak more honorably. And thank you for watching.